Okay, everybody, welcome back. Pilot Pete here. We have a surprise here. We have a new 747 in town. A 747-8 was just released by Flight Procedures Simulation, a redo of the VMAX 747-8 that has been out for years and upgraded for years. And anyone that knows me, I love 747 of all types. And was very excited to see this come out the other day. Very cheap, in the 20s price range for those who already bought previous versions. And I'm in the cockpit here at the gate in Norway. Very, very well modeled aircraft on the interior cockpit. I love the texturing and the look, and everything is great here. Overhead panel looks good. And take a look at the outside of the aircraft. It equally looks phenomenal. They've done a great job with the pieces and parts. Years of building models as a kid made me have an eye for accuracy. Window size, wheels, squattiness, engines, the whole ball of wax seems really good and just like perfectly modeled in terms of quality. How it sits and looks, shape. They've got it in the middle of the camera, which is great. Looks really good, way better than the old VMAX model because they made a lot of visual improvements. They also made it shiny. You can see a little bit. It's low sun angle here and it's a rainy day, but look at the shiny gloss. I like the clean look. The tires came dirty, the wheels, and I cleaned them myself. I'll tell you how to do that some other day, but I'm really fussy about clean aircraft. So this looks good. It looks very, very well done. I like how it looks inside and outside. Let's take a look at the cabin here really quick too. You got to see this. Check it out. So we'll move back to the rear and check out the first floor, first upper deck, business class suites. Wow, looks very well done. They've labeled everything. The seat, nice window views. Love it. Just very well done here. The fuselage isn't blocked, so you can accidentally fall outside with your camera. But whatever, that's okay. Because I make 9 camera views throughout the aircraft. I don't even have enough camera views to do all of this. Now the sounds that you're listening to are good because they're provided by Mango Sound Studios. The default sounds that come with it are terrible. They suck, quite honestly. So I've replaced them with the Mango sounds that were available for the VMAX, but it still works as long as you rename the sound file. Well, look at that, that's really cool. The sound file, we can actually walk down the stairs. Just rename the sound file to the new file name here. They told me that directly. Their other sound set will work fine, and it did. So I used the Mango sounds for the 748 from Mango, which don't cost much at all. Here we are in the lower deck first class zone. We're walking forward. Go into the first class area near the first class boarding door, and you can see up front, very well done, very nice. They've done it all beautifully. Love the tapering of the 747 and seat number 1 here. Look at that. You're actually tapered forward. You could look forward as you blast down the runway. I've never been able to ride in a 747 in the front, and I would love to just experience that. Some really cool stuff. It's too bad this is just a closet now. It used to be a bar, and the spiral staircase is gone from the old days. But I've yet to go on a new 747, so I would love to someday. There aren't many left. Lufthansa livery comes with this, as they're the only left, one of the few passenger carriers remaining with it. And walking back here again through the first class zones, we'll see the nice staircase there through the entry zone. You can only get on this side of the aircraft. Over here, I believe it becomes a galley. Yes, it does. Go through the curtain, but the sounds with Mango do change as you go through the cabin. It's nicely done. Now into the rear end of the coach section, and it's changing its tone, which it should. It's also very well done here. I like that a lot. Now we'll go through the curtain back into the coach area. The coach cabin is done very, very well, is also good. And you can do, the lighting does work. There is a little iPad up front you can fiddle with, which you can turn the lighting on and off, so that's excellent as well. And that's all over here. You can just change things here. You can call the fuel truck, turn on and off cabin lights. You can change it from kilograms to pounds, thank goodness, and do volume sliders. So sounds work, the visuals work. How does it fly? Well, I flew it across the ocean yesterday. I had a 10-hour flight from the US and it was great. The autopilot works great. There's an asterisk there, however. And it hand flies wonderful. Hand flying is a joy. Hand flying is a lot of fun to hand fly this thing. It's really, really great to hand fly. It feels very heavy, very momentum-like, and it works phenomenal. So hand flying great on autopilot. But here's where the problem is. There's no FMS. The FMS does not exist. You can't do a flight at all from anything. Like currently right now I am at the airport called ENZV. ENZV. So I can put a route in, ENZV. And if I wanted to go to London, like EGLL, I mean, I can activate and hit enter like you'd expect, but that's where it ends. You can't do an arrive and depart. They don't exist. And same with London. No SIDS and stars, no nothing. That really sucks. Terrible. Nothing there. So you can't do approaches really. I mean, you can do an ILS if you can find it, but I had to navigate across the ocean on heading bug, which is ridiculous. The airport symbols won't load, only stations. You can get VOR stations, so it's very crude to fly long distance, so that's terrible. You can get your perfinits and you can grab speeds. V-speeds will load up as they should. You just put in your reserves, put in your altitude like 1,000. If we're doing a short out thrust limit, you can do the derate trick, 91.5. You can do all this stuff. Give it flaps 10. It'll pop the speeds in 1, 2, 3, and it works. That works good. You can get your ref speeds on landing and takeoff, thrust limit as well. And the autopilot works for that stuff. Okay, there's some weird quirks. I feel like there's some errors. Sometimes the auto throttle doesn't work right. It was carried over from the previous version, perhaps. So that all works, but you just can't navigate anywhere except for heading bug. That's just insane. It's a huge downer for that. Incomplete. The rest of the systems, light systems, it's a light systems airplane, but if they just fix this other stuff, it'd be fun. All this stuff works. You can get these things. Flight controls. You can certainly see all that working just fine as it would expect, and all that. So, there's some good things and bad things. Again, sounds are terrible, and the automation with the FMS, the nav, is terrible. Mango Studios did a great job, and I have XP Realistic running, so my flap sounds are fixed now. And in the rear, you'll hear the flaps come down. There they go. Very nicely done on the flap sounds as well. I love the sound from Mango of the throttles hitting the stop. I like that. Spoilers have a nice click. Reversers. Let's do that. Not sure why that fourth one isn't loading, but that works good. And let's do some engine power tests. Let's go up about halfway on thrust. Sounds really good from the cockpit, and also from the outside. We'll increase a little more. Very nice Gen X engine sound. Love it. Very good sounds from the outside as well. We'll pump up the thrust a little more there. 80%. Alright, we'll go for takeoff thrust. Let's listen to this now. The brakes are holding well. Look at that. Listen to the roar of the mighty Gen X. Yes. And they're roaring all right. It sounds awesome. 80%. Very good from the outside as well. See the nose strut decompress. Run it back up again. Watch the nose strut go. First class, power up again. Excellent sound. So again, all thanks to Mango Sound. So the aircraft, fun to fly, beautiful looking, flies pretty good so far. Sounds great with Mango, but terrible navigation and FMS logic just doesn't exist. It's a heading bug aircraft across the ocean. So, you know, initially a big downer for many people because it's so incomplete. And they carried that over from the old one. The old one never had an FMS that worked either. I don't know why. Even the default one would be better. So anyway, that's a bummer. Again, a lot of potential with this. I like supporting these people because they made an airplane that looks so beautiful. They put a lot of work into some parts of it. Big improvements over the VMAX. Definitely big improvements. So yeah, I support them there. I'm looking at the landing light in the reflection. Is that really part of... Does X-Plane do that? My landing lights are off, so... I don't know. Maybe that's the sun or something. I don't know what that is. Taxi light? Oh, it was the taxi light. How funny. Didn't know X-Plane even had that stuff. Anyway, good initial plane, 20-something bucks. I do recommend it if you're a 7.4 fanatic. Once again, flies phenomenal. Fun to fly. Sounds good only with Mango, but navigates terrible. Anyway, there you go. Hope you enjoyed it. Please comment, please like, please subscribe, and we'll catch you real soon. Enjoy your 747 if you get this. Those who want to get it, for the reasons they want to get it, won't be disappointed. But we got to push them to finish this product. Thank you.